Hello world. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you all how I do my eyebrows using only 2 products and 2 brushes. The thing that I get asked the most about is my eyebrows, how I do my eyebrows, especially if you know me personally, or now if you've watched one of my videos, because you know I have little to no real brows. So the fact that my eyebrows look like this when I go out in public is a big deal. Thanks to being a ginger, my hair is very light, so perfecting my eyebrows was definitely something that I had to learn to do, and learn to do very quickly. So if you have ever asked or haven't asked and wanted to but just didn't how I do my brows, then this video is for you. And I've been telling my mother for probably years now that I was going to show her how to do eyebrows. Even went to Ulta with her and told her what stuff to buy. Never actually sat down with her and showed her how to do them. So Ma, this video is for you. Here is my real face that is covered in acne. Welcome to reality. So for brows, the first thing that you want to make sure you don't neglect is moisturizing. A lot of people, when they're moisturizing, they're just going around the normal spots of their face. Your eyebrows have skin underneath of them. And if the skin underneath your eyebrows is all bumpy and crusty, then your eyebrows aren't going to turn out very good, just like how your foundation wouldn't. So make sure that you're moisturizing that area when you're moisturizing. My cat's in here again, and she's on one today. Look, bitch. I ain't doing this with you. The first step is gonna be to use the little spoolie on the end of your brush to brush out your eyebrow. Also, please don't judge me on my eyebrows right now. Beauty salons are closed and I cannot get them waxed, and I tried to pluck them myself and it did not go well. Love this. So when I'm brushing out my brows, I make the hair all go the one way, like it normally would. I've seen a lot of people say they brush them down or up. I don't do that because, again, I'm basically just coloring in a coloring book that is my eyebrows. For your brush, you want to make sure you have one of the brushes that has a spoolie on the end and is angled on the other side because it makes it a lot easier. I use the Morphe R44 brush, and then Anastasia Beverly Hills Dipbrow Pomade. I don't use any of the brow pencils or any of that stuff. I just use the pomade. So you're just going to take your brush and you're going to dip in, right? And this stuff is thick, so you don't want to like clump it in there. You literally just, if I can, just a little bit. Ooh, I think I got too much. It's fine. And there's a little hair on the end. That's fine too. It's all fine. Everything's fine. After dipping in, you want to go over the bottoms of your brows first, is what you want to outline. Now you're going to get some more. And do the same thing for the other brow. Now you're gonna get more, and you're gonna make the top lines in the same way, but I start a little bit further back for the top. So if you screw up your line and it's kind of wonky, it doesn't really matter because we're going to go around it with concealer once we're done to clean up the lines. Now we're going to repeat for the other brow. one hair right there that always sticks up and it screws everything up. If you have any clumpiness, or if it's like not applied perfectly even, then again you just want to use your spoolie to kind of go back over it and even that out. My husband's watching Bar Rescue without me again. Y'all, this is difficult right now because my eyebrows are so jacked. Okay, so essentially all you were doing right there was darkening the lines to your coloring book. Now we're gonna fill in the middle. Grab more pomade, and you're gonna kind of feather this one in instead of just like going over it. You want to start at the end of your eyebrow. Your eyebrow gets lighter near the end, or like that's how it's supposed to, whatever. And we're just going in between the lines that we just created to fill it in. That's where I really jacked my eyebrow up. You can't see it too much, but there's like a patch of hair just missing on the bottom. Now I'm not going all the way to the end. See, I'm leaving a little bit right there because we don't want as much pomade on that section. Now we're just going to repeat on the next brow. Now, for the very ends of the brow, you just want a little tiny bit, a little bit of pomade. So I literally just like tap. And now you're gonna fill in this little section. For this part, you wanna be very light-handed. Start at the bottom and work to the top. Also, all based on personal preference. If you want to angle the edge of your brow or not, I only do a little tiny bit where I have the inside, and then it gets further out near the top, but just like a little bit, because I don't like the like super angled. Now we're gonna do for the other brow. Just a little tiny dab. Especially if you end up using the Anastasia Beverly Hills pomade, a little bit goes a long way. So make sure that you're only getting a little tiny, like microscopic dot on your brush, and be very light-handed. Another way that you can do it, I don't usually, but you can, is just turn your brush and go like this. I'll do it for you. And then like if you want it more angled, just turn your brush more, however much you want it angled. Cha-cha-cha. Now we're going to use the spoolie again to go back through it and make sure that there is no clumps, everything's even, and it's blended well. Be careful with your spoolie though. Ooh, I hate the way I just said that. Be careful with your spoolie though. Because if you hit it too hard on areas, especially areas that are pure pomade, like I have another bald spot right here at the very arch of my brow, so it's pure pomade right there. There is no real hair. If you hit it too hard on those spots, it'll make the pomade come up. And then you'll be a patchy mess. waiting for you to get the out.
Oh, shut the hell up.
For the ends, you want to make sure that it's very well blended right there because of the difference in the amount of pomade and or coverage. You want to make sure it's not like an all of a sudden, oh wow, your eyebrows get really thick out of nowhere. Now look, you have eyebrows. And that's it with that, unless you're like me and screw up when you do your concealer almost every time. So for the next part, we're going to conceal around our eyebrows. This is where it goes back to the concealer that I talked all about in the Bloodlust video. This concealer is from NYX. It is the full coverage concealer. I can never find it in stock at Target. I can only ever find it at Ulta. So try Ulta. Maybe Target has it and I can just never find it. So it's a little pot. She's thick, she's full coverage, obviously by the name, full coverage concealer. And I use this little brush because look at how small that tip is. She is precise and she is angled. This is the Morphe R45 brush. I do not know if it's actually intended for concealer or if it's intended for lips. I don't know what it's really for. Just one day I tried it and it works amazing. So try to find a small little angled brush. Oh, just like when we did the brows themselves, we're gonna go over the bottom first. Now the concealer portion of doing your brows is just making sure that A, the skin around your brows is flawless, and B, is making sure that you're cleaning up any lines that might have got screwed up, or like if you did what I do 90% of the time that luckily I didn't today, where you accidentally just like stab completely outside of your brow line and get pomade all over it. You want to get as close to the hairs as you can. Hairs and or line if you decided to go outside of your natural line. Now look, I didn't do it, praise God. I usually do. If you happen to get concealer in your brow hair and or pomade, brow hair, now if you get it in the pomade, it's gonna screw it up. You're gonna have to redo that spot. But if you get it in the hair, it's usually not really that big of a deal. You can take your spoolie and you can brush it out and maybe just add a little bit more pomade there. Brush it out, you're fine. It's not a big deal, not the end of the world. Okay, now we're gonna do the top. Again, do it this way. So my little ankle goes like this, right? So I'm gonna do it this way. Oh, you can't see that. This way. Now you're gonna blend out your concealer. Okay. Also, in case you A, didn't notice because my skin is jacked, or you didn't see my last video where I explained this, I do my eyebrows first because A, I feel like I look like a monster, not like a real human being until they are on. So I can't look at myself in the mirror and be like, who's she? Until I have eyebrows on. And B, because I don't like the concealer lines showing up in my foundation because I'm too scared to heavily blend the concealer into my foundation around my eyebrows because I'm scared I'm gonna screw up my eyebrows. So I do eyebrows first before foundation. I don't know. If you don't like that, you can always do them after. It still works the same way, just you already have foundation on. So once you're done with your face, I do not do it before. Once you're done with your face, once you have on your foundation and all that jazz, then you want to use a brow gel. Please don't judge me. This is Mary Kay. But it's still a brow gel. It works. I'm going to use a brow gel to go back over it just like how you did with your spoolie. That way it like basically glues down your eyebrows. Like they ain't going anywhere. I'm going to show you how to do it with the spoolie. So when you are going over it with the gel, not with the spoolie, with the gel. You could do it with the spoolie first, but you get what I'm saying. When you're gluing down your brows, see, the gel is a spoolie. That's why I'm saying I'm going to demonstrate with my spoolie. When you're going over it with the gel, you just want to go over it very lightly, like you did with your spoolie, going over your brows. Put the end right here. Let's see if I can do this in the viewfinder. You want to push up like this to make your brow look more natural. So the very end hairs. Oh, not like that, child. Kinda. You know, push it up and then slowly angle them over and flatten them out on the top with the gel. That way your brow comes out looking more natural than just flat. So again, we're going to try this in the viewfinder. Oh, Jesus. Straight up. This is hard to do in the viewfinder, y'all. Hairs go up and then, no, up. And then you slowly start angling them over, flatten out the top. That'll be how you do it with the gel. Now you have eyebrows. You look like a real human. Ooh, dude, I could go out with just eyebrows if it wasn't for this nonsense on my face right now. As long as I have eyebrows on, I feel fine.